So, just gonna flip it around. So here we have the neck. So we're gonna take a look at the neck. Probably last. Just like that right there. And that. Excuse me. These are the electronics. This right here, this is what we're gonna paint, and these are what I'm gonna replacing. I want a vintage look for the guitar, so I grabbed this and this stuff right here. It's gonna look really nice. So I don't know if I want to use that for the back or might just use this part right here. So I got some nice art right there. We're gonna use a true oil for the staining and polish, and then with that we're gonna paint the guitar this color. I was looking more for a seafoam green, but I think this would actually look better with the pick guard. And here are the used noiseless pickups that I picked up on Facebook Market. So I'll be installing the vintage looking pickup covers on those as well after I wired it onto the board. So we're just gonna take a quick look at the body. Right off the bat, like the body is really nice, and I was expecting some roughness, but it's actually pretty smooth. Feels really good. I think the paint will latch onto it really good. Here's my doggy. Hello. Yeah, so we're just gonna do a white coat on this. White coat first. Now it says shock, but I'm not really trying to. I want to treat this more like a primer, just to fill in the gaps, if there are any. I don't see any, so I might not even need to put it on. I might just go ahead and just do this. Again, it is chalky looking, but again, it's okay, because then the finish will finish that up. Give it a nice glossy look. So that's what we're going to do with that. Alright, so here it is with one coat. It's mostly dried up. I'm just going to let it rest a little more, and then I might just go sand some rough spots or clumps of paint, and then do another coat. I might do this a couple times before I actually hit it with the gloss and polish. Have some polishing pads that I'll be buffering it up with. What it's looking like, guys, I think it's actually looking pretty good. And now, why am I using a guitar stand as a holder? Why? I just put on the third coat on here, so I'm just letting that dry. While that's drying, I'm going to look at this booger right here. Alright, so I got the noiseless pickups here. I made sure they're stripped and tinted at least. So here are the electronics. So we got a wire. Definitely won't be using that. Extraction booklet. Don't need that. Trash. Allen key. I'll just put this aside right here because you can never use enough Allen keys. Ugh. Excuse me. So these are the pickups that it came with. Now, from what I hear, these pickups are horrible. Yeah, so we're just gonna do a bit of rewiring, and yeah, we're just gonna rewire.
Daddy is doing wiring to the guitar.
Some good old solder.
Are you sure to do this? You're going to get electric.
So we got solder, and then we got iron, solder iron, and then we have solder over here. So just rewiring the wires to the noiseless pickups, and then I put the fourth coat of clear coat on the guitar. The clear coat that I'm using is a matte finish. So we'll take a look at that soon. I sped up some of the process. I want to go ahead, did clear coat, matte clear coat. I'm going to do a gloss on it later. I did the wiring. I got it all set together. I got the neck screwed in. I did some stain on it with true oil finish. It's mostly used for gun stock, but also you can use it on wood, any wood, and it will just seep right in. Gonna get not sure if I'm getting a shirt or a Fender logo on here. But yeah, the guitar looks good, sounds great. Well, I tested the pickups, they sound okay. So my moment of truth will be when I get everything put together, strings and whatnot. Alright guys, this guitar is complete. The wiring, I'm gonna do this recently. I'll do this with you guys because I just want you guys to hear the sound of that wrapper just coming off because it sounds so good. Wiring's done. The pots are kind of scratchy, and even the switch, so I might have to go back in there and apply some contact cleaner, because it does seem like they were oxidized a little bit. I do gotta oil up the fretboard, so it feels good and smooth, and so I could soak up some of that goodness. Tuners are fine. Don't have a lot of issues with that. I did add some lead on there so they move freely and don't get stuck. But these vintage pickups sounds so good, so good. Once I get these pots cleaned out, I'll do a video on how it sounds. But so far, This kit has been an awesome adventure. So stay tuned. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna have to remove those in. Remove that, but you guys get the go. All right, last but not least, I finally got the guitar together. I had to do a lot of adjustments. Changed the nut right here. I had to sand down the neck a little bit to fit in the pocket correctly. Had to rewire the electronics to electronics on this kit, and not the best. They're 500K pots, but the volume one I seem to have a little trouble with because it's very scratchy. I even did the electronic cleaner and still there is minor hum. There are single coils. Um, it stops when you put the strings on it or when you put your hand on the strings. I do run a noise gate on my pedal board anyway, so that shouldn't be a big deal. But I also sanded down the frets were actually really good. They were just really um, pointy. Still getting a little bit of fret buzz, but better than what it was before. That's some fret buzz right there. So yeah, a lot of sanding down that I might have. Well, not a lot, but a little bit more on the frets, and I think I should be good. I think it came a little bit out of tune, but yes, definitely came out of tune. All right, so since the last time we've spoken, so went ahead and purchased some pots from Tone Shaper. And it was a tone blender kit. So I got that all wired up. It seems like it's working, so I hope it works how it's supposed to when everything's back assembled. And I am redoing the frets, just rounding them and making sure they're crowned perfectly. I have not been able to do the fine steel wool, but I do have other means, like really fine sandpaper also works, so like a wet dry sand. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Hey again, it's been a while. So I actually just finished setting up this guitar, and I just want you guys to actually hear how good this guitar sounds, because it's just really good. So vintage pickups, Fender pots, and not Fender pots, they're from tone shaper and the 5-way switch. So let's just aim this at the guitar instead of me, because the guitar is beautiful. I love the color scheme it shows on it. I'm gonna have to go over it on paint because there's some things on it, but here's a song that I was jamming with it so you guys could like hear a little bit. If my phone wants to cooperate. That's how it sounds, and it sounds amazing. And I just gotta do final adjustments, a little bit adjustments on the neck and the saddles and the nut. Those tools are coming in the mail, and I'm in love. I'm in love with the sound that I could get out of these vintage pickups. So yeah, that's it, guys.